Hello. So today I want to just talk about basic nail care. So something about my nails, they're natural, they're long, they're thick, they grow really fast. And so I get a lot of questions of kind of how do I do that? Well, for starters, I baby them a lot. And some of the things that I use to baby them, basic hand cream and jojoba oil. I'm pretty sure in the screen that they're backwards. I'll send you links to them in the description. So hand cream, of course, I carry it in my bag. Anytime that I wash my hands, I throw a little dollop on, lotion on my hands, we're good to go. Unless I'm at work and, anyways. Get your favorite hand cream. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one that I use, but just go with a basic hand cream. Jojoba oil, I do this at night, so, it comes in like a little dropper bottle, and I just kind of go bloop, 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 bloop. Rub it in really good. That should be enough usually to get it. It goes a long way. There you go. All done. I let that sit for 30 minutes before I go to bed, sleep with it, and then that seems to keep everything very hydrated. It reduces cuticle tears, reduces hangnails, and kind of, for the most part, I let my nails kind of do what they want to do. So I don't push my cuticles back. I don't trim my cuticles. As far as like shaping them, this is my toolkit. When I first got this thing, I had to look a ton of it up on Google because I had no idea what half of this was. So, clippers. The third set of clippers here is a very, very sharp angle and point. This is for ingrown nails. I love this. I've got a couple of toenails that are pretty gnarly in the embedded toenail department, and so these have been a lifesaver. Cuticle trimmers, extra trimmers. These are really nice when you have a nail that's super long, like too long to fit into this, which can happen sometimes. If I have super long nails that are about twice as long as this, which they get sometimes, and say, 2 of them break in a day, then I need to go ahead and trim them all to be the same length, kind of what I've done with this hand. That's why these nails are kind of all a little bit shorter than this guy. Where was I at? Oh, yes. Okay, so trimming them all the same length, which helps kind of make their length look purposeful no matter what length that they're at. Then I'll use these jobbies here. This here is a metal nail file. It helps get rid of like major tears or major snags on the nail. This guy I use to get gunk out from underneath my nail. It's really great because it has rounded edges. These are tweezers. These guys I use in nail art, so I won't speak to those because we're talking about basic nail care. This guy is a pimple popper. Look it up on Google. It'll show you how that works. And then this guy is another tool that I use in nail art, so I won't exactly speak to it. Again, you're more than welcome to, kind of Google those or ask me specifically, and I'll kind of show you how I use them myself. So what else do I do? Yes, this thing right here. I'm not a brand ambassador for them. This is something that I have taken every single day for 3 years, and I love it. I'll definitely put a link to this in the description box. When you very first start taking it, it takes a minute for it to kick into your system, just because of, like, you know, your nails grow. So anything that you change in your diet that's going to strengthen your nails is going to show up here at your cuticle base before it shows up here. So however long it takes that nail to grow out is however long it's going to take for your diet changes to show up here at the end of your nail. And this is just very important. So for instance, when I used to be a smoker, like a decade and a half ago, they were consistently very brittle, and I could tell when I quit smoking, gradually I could kind of see the thickness just like weekly kind of work up the nail. Now my nails grow so thick that I see those changes much faster. So just know that when you start taking this, they will always grow faster, they will always grow longer, they will always grow thicker than they did the previous month. You just have to give it time. It's not an instant gratification kind of thing. So other than that, yeah, I just baby them a lot. I baby them. Oh yes, so the shape of my nail. I get asked a lot, kind of, how do I decide how to shape these guys? So what I like to pay attention to is the shape of the cuticle, and I like to match the top of the nail to that cuticle. So I'm not always necessarily looking for a natural or an almond shape, although that is what I really like. You know, not all of my fingernails, like this one is a little more squared off than this guy, but next to each other they still look good. And what's doing that illusion is that this shape is actually matching this shape. And this is actually important for me because it might be difficult to see. So there's a thing that runs in my family where this finger is like kind of a little crooked and woogey. And because of that, like, this nail isn't just sitting straight out of my finger, like symmetrically. It's an asymmetrical thing, and it actually comes at a diagonal. So the fact that I take the shape of the cuticle and match that to the shape of here, and I don't worry about how it lines up with that knuckle. I just take the nail, match it to the bed, and it works it out. It takes that little quirk, that little kink, turns it into a little beauty flaw, and makes it all look brilliant and pretty and gorgeous. So there you go. Those are the kind of basic nail tips that I have for you for kind of a first shot to go at it. I wanted to do it before I'm about to actually cut them all off and start playing in the realm of the press-on nails, just because while I am in quarantine and at home, I want to play with some longer lengths and get used to doing things like typing and sewing with them on, and see if that is a world that I want to get into. Anyways, I digress. Sorry. If you have any additional questions about natural nail care and kind of finding your own natural length, definitely let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them or do research and look it up. Little background about me that I didn't give in the intro. I am a costume designer by trade, as far as my profession goes. I have been a kind of DIY nail art hobbyist for about 2.5, 3 years. I have my own Instagram. I'm a brand ambassador for a nail polish company. I write blogs about nail tips and things like that for another nail polish company. So I really enjoy it. It's a passion of mine. It's super, super fun. You know, what's the best slumber party activity besides painting your nails? Ah! Right? Um, is there a better sound on the planet? Is there a better sound on the planet? Ah, I love it. It's the whole purpose of having them. Anyways, there you go. There's 10 minutes of some, you know, nail tips. Lotion, so, you know, like hydration. You know, of course, hand washing is a big thing right now. Wash those hands, keep dirt out from underneath of them. You know, use as many natural based products as you can, as you want to. I'm pretty bad about using a lot of 100% acetone nail polish remover, which is why I've added the extra jojoba oil to my regimen, if you will. Because that 100% acetone does put some wear and tear on your cuticles, your hangnail range, and the top layer of your nails. So there you go. Have an amazing day, and talk to you next time.